The following is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. Well, hello and good evening. It is Tuesday, July 18, 2023. Welcome to the only show about Spartan Dawgs hosted by Spartan Dawgs. This is Sparta MSU. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn. Played back in the Pearl Saban eras as a center and a team captain, and I could not do this without my two dogs in the fight who played during the Smith and Dantonio eras, the boss, Otis Wiley, hard-hitting ball-hawking safety, and Jehuu Caulcrick, a single-season TD record holder for MSU. You know, but if this is your first time, we welcome you to the show. If this isn't your first time, we want to thank you. And don't forget, the chat group right there is where all the party is at. So go in there, get in the live chat. Don't forget to hit us on our social medias, like and subscribe to YouTube. Follow us. Let us know where you're watching from. Guys, hey, happy anniversary to you, Choo Choo, this weekend. How about that, man? Happy anniversary, brother.
That's Otis to say that's my favorite shirt right there.
My grandma gave me that shirt.
but look how the sunlight is just protruding on the arms there, though.
Oh, my protruding.
He likes to Photoshop, get them biceps looking nice. That was just right there, and you know.
Hey, listen. You gonna see? Did you not submit the video? Because that shirt, them buttons start to get over the time night. You start seeing that wife beater.
Where were you guys at? It looked like you were at Ford Field. What was going on at Ford Field?
Ford Field at the Ed Sheeran concert. Yeah, man. You know what's in there was the wife and I 6 years anniversary. 6 years she put up with me. You know,
6 whole years.
6 whole years.
Think you were in a suite, weren't you?
Oh yeah, in a suite. Of course, you know how what Choo do.
Choo gonna do it right. We actually have video from the suite. Let's see.
Yes,
some video. Wow, air guitar and everything. It wouldn't be right if we didn't. Listen, we got cameras everywhere, too. Don't think
for some reason, too, when I sing that song, I always try to sing it with the English accent, and instead of saying on the castle on the hill, I'm like, over the castle on the
hill. Man, I heard that you had a special guest at that concert with Ed Sheeran. You know, Detroit's own Eminem showed up, huh?
Yeah, Eminem, made a guest appearance there. He sang 2 songs. Obviously, he started with Lose Yourself, a collaboration he did with Ed Sheeran that night. And then, he said, I'm here already. We might as well do another song. And the roof went off in the building there. And, they did Stan, one of my favorite songs. Ed did the singing part, Elton John's or Dido's part there. And, Eminem did his rap, and he ended with the Eminem salute with the middle finger as he went down under the stage again. It was a really cool venue, cool atmosphere, a really good show. Probably one of the top 3 concerts I've been to.
Man. And when's the next time you're going to go there? Are you going to go there for the Penn State game, or are you going to go there before that?
Well, next time I'm going to be there, we're going to be making an announcement. Some people have the opportunity to be there with me for SummerSlam coming up June, August, all over the place. August 5th, the day before my birthday. Yeah, so I think next week we're going to be making that announcement, and letting know we got to figure out how we're going to do the drawing and everything like that. But yeah,
I got a tip. It's probably going to be subscribers only.
Yes,
get a chance to go to SummerSlam with you.
Yes,
right?
Is this an all inclusive?
Well,
or
let's just say
hanging out.
Where my bank account set up.
Let's just say I don't know if they're ready for an all-inclusive day with Chew. If the event starts at 7:30, I'll be down there around noonish, getting primed.
My goodness. Well, look, that's what I'm excited about that. We got an exciting show today. It's a jam-packed show. We got a special guest coming on, and guys, we got to get through some of the house cleaning items. But let's talk about Michigan State football, if we could, for a moment. Michigan State, hey, once again, this is coming up. The second hardest schedule in college football this year, according to Pro Football Focus.
Hey, we moved up one spot because we weren't 3, right? Listen, right. We want I want to say we want all the smoke, right? Like, it is what it is. Like, we set this up a long time ago on our schedule-wise, and you want to play the best. You want to be the biggest platforms. Obviously, our conference is getting stronger and stronger year by year, so I don't want it any other way. We play the best. We're going to be prepared for it, and then obviously we want to go in and be a Big Ten championship and also go to a great bowl game / CFP. But this is going to really show where we're at from a standpoint of a program status. We got the guys now. Let's see if we've been in this weight room in this summer workouts and building, which we have been building. And I'm looking forward to seeing where the chips fall where they may once we get on with Central Michigan kicking off on Friday, September 1st.
Man, Chew, like, I don't know. I haven't seen this team yet, but it's just something different going on right now. A couple months ago, everybody was like, it's doomsday. But right now, it's just, I don't know. I feel like there's a sneaking suspicion, in my opinion, that this team is working their asses off. They're quiet. They've heard a lot of doubters. Yes, they got a hard schedule. This is all based on last year's record, win-loss totals, and who's coming back. So Pro Football Focus does all that analysis, and they say that Michigan State, based off what they have, this is the second hardest schedule in the nation. I think that, they may surprise some people. What do you think, Chew?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I think they're definitely going to surprise some people. I think the work it's quietly being done in the shop right now. They're going back there. They're putting in the work in the offseason. They're putting in the work on the field as a team. The recruiting, buzz wasn't as big as it was the years previous. But what it means is it's that quality work that's going in. You're not seeing all these fancy videos that's coming out, right now. So I'm excited for this. I agree 100% with you, Jason. I think, the Spartans are going to shock and surprise a lot of people going into this season because they're going to come out playing with a chip on their shoulders this whole season, because last year was not the Spartans that we, and they know that was not them. That was not an identity. That was not a DNA of Spartan football, especially from the defensive side. At what point, we had 1 or 2 interceptions last season altogether. That's not the DNA in Spartan
football. Not acceptable at all. You're right.
We take theirs. We protect ours and we take away from them. That's the DNA of Spartan football. And I think we're going to get back to that. We're getting guys back. We're getting leaders back that are healthy. We're going to get guys back that have that social cohesiveness. The locker room's going to be done. That's the construction's not going to be a distraction or anything like that. I think the blinders are on and the Spartans are going to be focused this year. And having that second hardest schedule, that's one of the reasons you come to Michigan State, because you get to play in those big games. You get to have those big opportunities, to showcase your talent week in and week out. Years back, Otis, this, whenever you play a big game, they'll talk about, hey, that's the money game. That's that money game. You get Ohio State prime time. You get Penn State prime time.
All eyes on me, baby.
Exactly. Now, a lot of these games are that money game. You got Washington coming. That's a money game early in the season. So, it's an opportunity to make a statement. You start with Central, you have Richmond, and then, hey, you're 2-0 going into that Washington game, and revenge. those guys are coming to your home field now. So it's something that's really, like I said, the Spartans are flying under the radar, and they're going to surprise a lot of people this season.
Oh, man. When you look at last year's AP rankings at the end of the season, Michigan State faces 4 teams in the top 10 from those final rankings. You look at Washington, number 8, Penn State, 7, Ohio State, 4. And, the team down the road was number 3 overall. Thank you for Tony, the producer, Tony G, the producer in the background, for that crack stat. But look, guys, it's going to be tough.
Stray, if you're looking at the preseason rankings, according to 247 ESPN, you got Washington coming in at 21. So they coming in. If we knock that off, like, all right, we mean business, because clearly we got spanked last year. Went over there and it was just too much. So you're hearing you guys on the radio and then hearing what you talked about, like that atmosphere was like, it was no way we can win that game. But we got guys coming in ranking Washington. I think this is a huge testament. Like, we can't overlook Central. We can't overlook Richmond. But we all know that Washington is that one. But we got to show up, put up and show up on Central Michigan, leave no doubt, leave nothing unturned. And obviously Richmond coming in, nip that in the bud quickly so we get some rest. But then Washington is that one we got to really go after them.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head, Otis. You can't look past Central. You can't look past Richmond. Good programs and good teams, you know what they do? They win games they're supposed to win. If we're 14-point favorites, let's win by 17. Make that statement. And
cover.
Yes, let's cover. You guys in Vegas, you got lots of people in Spartan Stadium, sitting on pins and needles for that cover. So let's go ahead. Let's cover that. And and then let's move on to Richmond. And then if we're, however points we're favored by against Richmond, we're prepared for that. We cover that as well. And then we focus on Washington. We can't go into the season planning to beat Washington when we have Central and Richmond, because Central comes in with a chip on their shoulder. It's Otis, you know this. You're an in-state guy. A lot of those guys on Central were passed over. They were passed over by state. That coaches are going into their schools, recruiting their teammates to come to state and not recruiting them. So those guys have a chip on their shoulders, and their coaches, Coach McElwain, he was here at Michigan State. He understands what it means to be here. So I know exactly what he's going to be telling those guys.
Coach Mac, like, sorry, he's chewing and talking.
Yeah. So he knows what it takes.
Yeah, left Michigan State, went down to the Gators? He's down to the Gators.
He went somewhere. Yeah. He went to the league before the Gators,
fishing, right? He likes deep sea fishing. I heard. I don't know anything about that. I heard. I don't know if you guys inside joke, but you brought up Washington, Otis. Like, we keep talking about the Washington thing. You think about Michael Penix Jr., that quarterback. I think he's 2-0 against Michigan State.
He has our number. He has our number.
Playing for Indiana and also as a Husky, a lefty that can sling it. Could have was projected to be a day one, late day one or early day 2 pick in the NFL draft a year ago, and decided to come back because they're talking national championship out in Washington right now. So that's going to be a huge game when they come into town. I think it's September, what is that, the 16th? Or the
15th.
24th, something like that. They'll be in Spartan Stadium, and you can watch it on Peacock, listen to Spartan Network. We're going to be talking about it before then. But guys, look, talking about people with chips on their shoulder, let's talk about our own Chuck Brantley. He's got a event going on at Plato's Closet in East Lansing, and let's listen to him hype it up right now.
What's up, Spartan Nation? It's Chuck Brantley here, defensive back at Michigan State. Next weekend, Saturday, July 22nd, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Dan and I will be signing at Plato's Closet for their game day release in East Lansing. The first 100 fans that get there at Plato's will receive a signed limited edition trading card. Hopefully see many of you guys there. Go green.
Go white. You gotta love it.
I tell you, boy, this NIL now they're doing deals with Plato's Closet.
Hey, we gotta get Plato to be a partner so we can wear a jersey and the thing. Like we know.
I was looking at him about sis in the seats, boy. You out here on campus.
He shouldn't be on campus at all. Oh, we're going after Plato.
Plato is like it's like what's his name? Bernie Mac said, NATO. I know NATO.
You know Nato Jenkins?
By the way, the Washington game is on the 16th. Thank you for that again. Tony G in the background. Look, there's another list that just came out, and it was the East-West Shrine Bowl 1,000 players that can make the East-West Shrine Bowl, and 15 Spartans make that list, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's really impressive. That East-West Shrine Bowl it's a really big game. It's a great opportunity for college players, hoping to get a chance at the next level to go out there and display their talents, being coached by NFL guys. And it's really crazy because that list, Alabama didn't have 15 players, that could make that game. Georgia didn't have that number, so it says a lot about where the program is and the caliber of players that's on this Spartan roster.
Yeah, I think as a player, East versus West Shrine game, East-West Shrine game, is that one you all want to get in, right? But that main one we know is the Reese Senior Bowl.
Right.
But this is the element of you've seen 15 guys here. Out of those 15 guys, you may get 2 or 3 that get the call to go to the Reese Senior Bowl. And so this is another opportunity to put on the platform, have the NFL scouts, get your draft status, get evaluated. And this is a great one. This is like the long-standing one that's always been around. And so kudos to all of our guys now, but I truly have been preseason this, preseason that. And that pride comes before the fall. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep working. Don't look at this hype because that can be stripped away from you really quick. So, let's focus on this season, put up those numbers, and we'll see where at the end of the season where you get celebrated, you got to win too to get that notoriety, get that exposure. So congratulations to those guys being at least selected preseason to be selected postseason. But that one is that Senior Bowl. We know it is, but this is good to celebrate too.
Absolutely. And to take care of business, and they'll be there. That's all
Absolutely.
It is.
That's all you got to do. Take care of business. Only 215 rookies get into that league, so 1,000 players here that are eligible, that are on the radar right now, 15 from Michigan State. Let's see how they can, live out their dreams next year and during this season. If you guys have liked what you've heard so far, don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button. And, we got our special guest, BJ Cunningham, joins us after this message from our friends over at IHOP.
Put a smile on your plate with new pancake tacos. Because when you fold a pancake in half, you get a taco. Or in this case, 3 for $6. Try all 4 flavors, here for a fun time, not a long time. Only from IHOP.
Without further ado, we were going to bring on the legendary BJ Cunningham, wide receiver, number 3, number 1 in your hearts, joins this of Sparta MSU. How you doing, BJ?
Uh-oh. No.
Hit that unmute button. All right, let me see if I.
Are y'all hitting it at the same time?
There you go. No.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. Come and talk to me.
Talk to me.
You ready to go leave and come back in?
Yeah.
There you go. Well, look, as he's coming back in, that's what we got the same birthday. So we always talk about Gemini twins, right? It's crazy. BJ's
literally the same
guy.
day, huh?
Literally same day, 2-year difference, right? So, I was going to tell that story when, I don't know, Jay, you didn't have to stay in the dorms with Coach D in the camp, did you?
Yeah, we did.
First year. So that second year, that first year, it was 07 because he came in 07.
Yeah, where you had to live with another.
Yeah. So Coach D matched us seniors with incoming lower freshmen or sophomores. There wasn't no senior pure, right? So with me, junior year, I get BJ coming in, right? So me and BJ are roommates, and I'm like, man, it better not be none of that foolishness. There's gonna be none of that foolishness because look, I need my sleep. and all that. Like, we got to set the parameters. It's like, let's sit down here now.
Because you're the OG, you know.
Right.
Camp,
Really with that
and
game
stuff
to
like
talk.
that. He's
Yeah.
coming in.
And I was
coming
like,
in freshman, bright-eyed
freshman,
still wanted to play Madden all night.
yeah. Then you start getting, you know, the freshmen. You know, you got that Mark Dell. You got you got a bunch of that class coming in. It was cool though. But I appreciate Coach D though for doing that, because clearly we were bandits. Like, we were wild bandits when he came to John L. Camp. Like, we didn't have to stay in the dorm,
Right.
go back to our own apartments, which was love, by the way. But when he had to reset that, and like, we got to build a culture, we got to be in teamwork, because we're only as best as our next guys. And so it was good to get to know BJ, but also I've known his family, still know his family. His grandma and my dad are like this, GG. So when he comes back, or hopefully he gets his thing working, obviously we'll touch on that. But this man was a great, great Spartan dog, man.
Wild question. BJ Cunningham out of Westerville, Ohio, wide receiver, Westerville South High. I mean, I remember he had what 45 receptions as a senior, if I can recall properly. You remember that? Back his days at Westerville, you know, born May 29th, Otis.
So I said, Gemini twin, dog.
We all know Leos run the show.
That's what Leos think they do, right?
Leo brothers, man. Like, so yeah, I'm excited to get him on here. He's just getting his stuff reconnected as he works through that. You know, so talk about like being, you know, a leader when you have a guy like BJ. You said you wanted to, you know, set the tone and give him that talk, Otis. And then you see what happened to him. Like, did you follow him after you left and you seen his career progress at Michigan State?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Because, like, the best part about it, like, clearly defensive back, wide receiver. So, like, BJ is getting his feet wet. He's learning the offensive playbook. But, you know, he started out a scout team. So, you know, we're going against them all the time. And so he always had that mindset of, like, just did whatever it took, but like he didn't complain. He wasn't like, woe is me. Like, he just grinded, man, and like was a quiet, silent guy. Like, would grind. He would grind. Now he'll talk his stuff now, but like he was a grinder. Like, I remember it was those years where it was him and Blair White was just dogging the secondary, man. Like, I mean, mossing, like they was going, and that's when you knew, like, you saw BJ's ceiling. And you saw, like, this dude's about to be one of our wide receiver greats, because he made scout team look like that was game ready, you know, game day ready film for us. Like, he prepared us, but he was torching DBs that was vets. You know what I mean? So it was good to see that.
Speaking of torching DBs, I mean, let's bring him back on. Let's see how.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he's back.
There he is. BJ, what's up?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
There you go.
I'm back.
What's happening, big dog?
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I love what y'all doing over here, man. Love it, man. Love it.
Hey, it looks like you joining forces on the podcast broadcasting. Tell us about that news, man.
Hey, man. So yeah, I was so you guys know Evan Turner played at Ohio State.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm in Columbus. I'm from Ohio. You know, they did that with the basketball. They started with basketball last year with T. Walt and Raymar from Michigan State. And one of my homies, so I'm in a basketball league out here, me and a couple of like Ohio State guys and stuff. And my boy, a lot of the Ohio State guys, they're on the news out here, right? Like my boy, you know how it is.
Yeah,
so a lot of them on the news. And my boy Posey, he works with like the sports news, the local news. And, you know, he's been doing that type of stuff. And that's my boy, like, since, like, college. And we're on the same basketball team. We hoop, like, rec league together out here. That's my boy. And we play in the CFL together. And he was like, hey, they approached me to talk to be the Big Ten, Ohio State, beyond the Big Ten, blah, 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 representative for football. So they was like, I can ask, you know, Evan Turner. That's his homie. They played Ohio State together. Then he hit me, like, we got on a call. And he was like, shoot. You want to do it? I said, yeah, what's up? Let's go.
So break that down. What's that going to consist of? What are you going to be doing?
So it's basically break down the game, talk about the next game. But, I mean, honestly, just talking football, players, offense, defense. I think Werv coming on there with me. Werv going to be hosting with me as well. And yeah, man, we're just gonna be breaking it down, talking about the next week. It's gonna be quick, 30, 40 minutes, nothing crazy, but something just to get my feet wet in the game. We went to school for this. So I'm trying to get my communications on.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, before you jumped on, as you was coming back on, I talked about that year one when you got to Michigan State, right? And how Coach D had housed us with our roommates, and you and I were his roommates. But like, one, we didn't know we had the same birthday, and we crazy. But then, like I said, we had that little talk a little bit, like, "Hey, man, like, look, you gonna have to get your rest, cause this ain't for the faint at heart." But like, they did a little hang. We got to know each other, and our families grew too. Like, I'm still close with BJ's family. My dad and Gigi, his grandma's an all-star rock star. She always stayed close with the Spartans. But talk about, man, that first year coming to Michigan State. And then I know Jehuu straight, we'll go all the way back to high school and recruiting. But talk about that first year when you got there with Coach D.
Man, my first year. Like I said, got on campus. Otis was my roommate. Luckily, I had a solid, good dog, wanted to, talk to me, let me know how stuff was. He said, I made sure I was ready.
Kinda.
But getting there, it was a shock, man. I mean, you get to college, everybody's the man, coming to be the man. You get there, guys are already the man and established. So it was just more so like just getting there, getting my feet wet, meeting the guys, and honestly having a roommate like you, because I heard other guys had other roommates. It was rough for them. I had a roommate like, oh man, to just keep me grounded. I know O was in the Word. He kept, that's what kept him grounded. I grew up in the church as well. So, I feel like, I told my mom now, she was like real happy about that situation. And honestly, that was probably, I've been in a lot of training camps. That was probably one of the hardest training camps I ever had going into my first year of college, because I didn't know anything. I just knew see ball, get ball. So that first year was a real transition for me, man. And that's why I got redshirted. Yeah, I could catch the ball, but we knew it was more than that, just catching the ball, right? It was, you got to know who's blitzing. You got to know who the coverage is. I was 2 years in the game. So it was really just, I luckily had a DB as my roommate in camp. So I kind of was like learning stuff about the defense as still trying to learn the offensive game. Ain't give me no hazing, and we was good there.
Haze free over here.
We protect ourselves.
So and like you said, our families became, great friends with each other till this day, and that's why I love being a Spartan Dawg, man. The community is just amazing. The brotherhood is amazing, and never been a part of like nothing else.
So, BJ, talk about, we're going to go back. Now, It looks like you played a little hoop. You still are playing hoop. But, Otis, we were talking a little bit offline, and you were like almost Mr. Basketball level at Ohio. Is that right?
No. I don't want to take it too far. Nah, I was nice, though. I was two-time district player of the year. I got all-state. So I was decent.
Hey, that's beastie,
yeah. But I'm going to tell you, soccer was my sport, bro. I went to Iceland, Sweden, Denmark. Like, I traveled, like, Scandinavia for, like, soccer when I was, like, in middle school. And then, I got to high school. Nobody cared about the soccer team. I want you know what I'm saying? So that basketball and soccer, to me, like, my footwork was already right. My hand-eye coordination was already right. Mossing somebody was dunking or getting a rebound. So it was just like, I felt like this was the mixture of my two like favorite sports in one. And then I always told myself I didn't want to just go my whole life without playing football, because I wanted to see what it was like to get hit. And I actually liked the contact. I was like, oh, this is it right here. This is it.
So you had the will to be hit. You like it.
Yeah.
Let me go across the middle. Let me run that dig route.
Yeah, for real. Like, I like the contact. Like, most receivers they want to get out of bounds. Like, nah, I got broken pinkies, broken wrists, like my feet. Yeah, you see it. Yeah. So
that's a real receiver right there.
Broken ribs, like that's all across the middle, baby. But I just loved it, man. It's just, part of me.
So, you talk about that, and you said you started playing football late. And when you started watching football and playing the game of receiver, who did you model your game after? What receiver did you look at and be like, man, I really want to be like him?
Oh, my favorite receiver ever was Randy Moss. Randy Moss was my favorite receiver ever. Andre Johnson, one of my favorite receivers.
Yeah,
Reggie Wayne. Those three guys were I feel like were prototype to me. Brandon Marshall. I ended up getting to play with B. Marsh for a little bit in Chicago. Those type of receivers, big, go get the football, block downfield, go across the middle. I was never a speedster, so I'm not going. I mean, Randy was fast, but he was going to get it too. You know what I'm saying? But there's a mixture of all those guys, and I just tried to implement my game and just find pieces of their game and just put it into mine, and that's where I feel like I got mine from.
Well, you're talking about go ahead, Otis.
Yeah. So did Coach D come see you hoop and was like, "Hey, man, like this guy got some talent. Like, let's see what he can play on the football." Like, he kind of encouraged you to go football, right?
Yeah. So look, all right. So this is what happened. So recruiting, boom. My high school coach come up to me. He like, yo, we're going, because my quarterback was Mr. Football, ran a 4.3. We ran the veer, the veer option. So I was getting the ball late, he's either throwing a fade or running the ball. You know how high school is, right? So my going into my junior year. No, wait, senior year. I'm sorry, senior year. My high school coach comes up to me like, hey, Cincinnati wants to see Rocco, the quarterback, my son. His son, and they want to bring you along. He's like, he looks at me like they might offer you a scholarship. And this is when Coach D is still at Cincinnati, so it's like spring ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm at spring practice. The little rivals take your little picture. You know how it goes, right? So I remember when I had on everything. That's when the thermals was in. I had the thermal with the puffy coat. You know how I go.
You got them Jinko jeans with the bows like them boys
wide. So boom, we had practice, right? And I see Coach D. You know how Coach D was. Not a smile on his face. He was wrong here, then we're gonna go. I'm just watching. I'm like, all right, cool, practicing, cool. Then I see a dude walking out late. I was like, oh man.
Late to spring game, probably
late to spring practice.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really. I tell people, spring ball is like camp for real for the guys who already at school. That's your time, right? Yeah. So Buddy walk out late. Coach D look over there. He don't say nothing. Buddy, he's a DB or something. Buddy go over to the drills. Kick Buddy out of practice. Yeah,
Quiet or loud? Was it quiet or loud?
So yeah, so I'm like, it was quiet. It was quiet.
Yeah, that's Coach D.
Yeah, because he was quiet.
Quiet.
Get out. Get out.
Hey, John Van Dam, hands up.
So I'm looking like that. I don't know. But then they knew it. You know how they recruit. You know how they do it, right? They had Coach Trent pull up on me, right? So I'm like, damn. They had Coach Trent. He was the OC receiver coach at the time at UC.
Right.
We watching the highlight tape. He come over and scoot next to me. He like, so he talking to me. So yeah, man, we want to offer you, room and board. I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting an offer during the Cincinnati highlight tape. Cool, but boom. So we go back. My quarterback didn't get one, so it was kind of quiet ride home. It was quiet ride. Yeah.
Was Dad driving? Coach driving?
But I left with one. Yeah. He followed me, so you go this part. So all right, so boom. All right, in my head, this is it was between West Virginia and Cincinnati. Boom, I'm probably gonna go here. Get to school, high school, get to school a week later. My coach come up to me, so what are you gonna do? Coach D left. He went to Michigan State. I'm like, cool. So what I do? I call Coach Trey, like, hey, Coach Trey, I see y'all went to Michigan State. Can I come?
Straight up. Hey,
on the Lord said,
hey, Coach Trey was like, I can assure you now.
I can assure you. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up a visit to come out to your school. So boom, it wasn't Coach D, it was Coach Trey. Coach Trey came to my game. Football season over. we playing some team, and then one of the kids' dads on the other team, his dad was a coach at basketball at Ohio State. So, you know, the buzz is in the building. Michigan State's in the building. Ohio State in the building. You know what I'm saying? So, look, boom, off the tip, the Ohio State guy's son get the ball off the tip. White boy, he come, boom, yeah, 2 hands. You know, high school dunk. You know, everybody was like, woo. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, Coach Trey sitting next to my mom. So, the first quarter about to run out. I get like a breakaway. The buddy who dunked on us in the first quarter tries to jump with me. Yam time. For a quarter. For the quarter, you feel me? So, then it's like, so I got the whole gym buzzing. It's a home game, you know what I'm saying? So, after the game, Coach Trey come up to me and he's like, okay, we want to set up a visit for you to come to Michigan State. You know, I had to go through all the processes once they got Big Ten. I had to go through the screens.
It was all good just a month ago.
I got offered at the highlight tape. I'm like, oh, okay, I see this big time. I gotta show y'all some more. Okay, cool. So they have me come up there and I met Coach D and all that, and then he offered me on the spot. You know how Coach D is; he want to answer now. Oh, he ain't recruit. He want to answer now, like now. Like if you say you got other visits, he's like, well, I don't care about those other visits. You're coming here or you go there. Like he was like that. And you know me. Hey, this is the best I got. Look, I came in y'all's locker room. I see they got Gatorade fountains in here.
It's the little things. It's the little things.
I walked through the locker room and I like stepped on the S. Everybody was like, whoa. I was like, okay, it's like a real, like this is real. I'm here. Like,
yeah.
So like, honestly, man, like going back, the whole recruiting process, it was amazing. It was a whole bunch of this for me, but I'm gonna keep it real. I waited all the way till signing, like the day before signing day, to like really, because I was waiting. You know, I was waiting for the home for real. But then it was just like, you know what? Nah, I'm out. And Michigan State, I'll make that decision 100 times over and over and over again, man. Like it was the best decision of my life. And that's what people say, your college decision, the best decision in your life. You know what I'm saying? And
who hosted you on your official?
You said what?
Who hosted you on your official visit?
T-Key.
Hey, Captain Key had you, right? Hey, look, we used to get paid. That's what we used to get paid to host. So it's like
I remember. See, I know who I wanted to be my host.
Who?
My man Jehuu down here.
Oh, yeah. Jehuu back 1,000 out here. He was legendary in the high schools.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I heard them, you know, because you know I got drafted to Miami. You know who was player personnel up there?
Caleb.
KT, yeah. And those stories are real, 100% facts.
Y'all was.
I know who I wanted to be. Right.
Just know me and my dog Dale held it down. You feel me?
Right. I know you did. Yeah.
There's no joke. But like, talking about what you just said, BJ, you talked about being in Ohio. You went to Cincinnati with Coach D. Then he goes to Michigan State, and basically said you got to commit right now. Didn't let you do anything, but you were still waiting out for that home team because you're an Ohio native, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he was famous for getting a lot of Ohio guys to go to Michigan State, being from Zanesville himself, just so that he could go through, because he knew the Big Ten championship went through Ohio State. Mm-hmm. How many did that play? Did you think about that when you got there and you seen so many guys that you knew from high school in East Lansing, and how did that play out for you?
When I first saw that, I knew exactly what he was doing. Coming from Ohio, him being from Ohio, knowing that Ohio was one of the, it's a small state, but it's one of the top football states in the country. So it's no foo-foo guys out there. We play ball too. You know what I'm saying? So seeing guys I played against in high school on the team, guys that I knew about in Ohio from high school on the team, I kind of seen that he was trying to bring a new regime into the program. And like you said, the Big Ten goes through Ohio. We're in Michigan, and we're at Michigan State, and we know who the bulk of the Michigan players were going to Michigan at that time, right? And the bulk of the Ohio players were going to Ohio State at that time. So what he did was, I loved it, he got the guys that were kind of more under the radar, the guys that was the grinders, the guys that he saw would put the work in to get him, like he was the type of guy to get him where he thought his program wanted to be, which ultimately changed the program.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We got there. We was in trailers. Like, we ain't have all that big.
I know.
Oh, we had half of a weed. We didn't have a whole. We had the trailers in there for the coaches' offices, man. Like that was a testament to what we was going through at the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like to see that and then see where we ended up, like at that time, like, and I'm telling you, it was you two, it was probably like Kershaw,
Jay Ring, Ross,
like y'all, the core of our players got us to that point. Like, we wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for y'all. Like, if we'd have just seen some guys out here messing around, other guys doing stuff that, you know what I'm saying, not handling their business on and off the field, we'd have been like, okay, you know how to do. How did you see the seniors messing around? Like, all right, cool, we good then. They chilling, we chilling. But we see older guys putting the work in, and I see Coach D bringing in guys that he wants to put the work in and change the program. I just saw the whole Ohio effect with the Michigan effect, but it was more so the type of people he was recruiting, bringing into the program, and that's what I respected.
Yeah, that's 100% there. You know, Coach D, he had that thing. He wanted character guys, and he also wanted guys with the chip on their shoulders. And he wanted us, our guys, not I, me, my guys. And, right from the very get-go when he came in and announcing caps and what you could even wear to practice. If it's not team issue, don't wear it, because you're promoting I, me, my. He wanted those us, our guys. And, you're 100% right. That is something that'll always stick with me and everyone else about Coach D. But BJ, so you talk about, you were an Ohio guy coming in, and then most of, like the first time, because that first year, I believe we went to, or did Ohio State come to us and we went there?
Oh no, y'all went because I didn't. I read there. Y'all didn't. I didn't.
We went there.
Y'all went
there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but like the first time you had an opportunity to play Ohio State, what did that feel like, and what was that like to you?
It was crazy. It was my redshirt freshman year. The year after that, and we played them at home. And I mean,
we was ranked. They was ranked, but they was obviously top 5. We was like 19, 20, 21 or something like that.
We went in feeling good though. Like, we went in feeling good. But it was honestly, I knew, I was a redshirt freshman. I wasn't really part of the game plan, but I knew I was gonna get a few catches, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was more so like dang, this is the team I was waiting on. This is the team that didn't want me. This is the team that I was watching growing up, you know what I'm saying? But then when they beat us, it became more of a like, I'm done with these fools. I can't wait to play them again. Like, because I didn't really get to make an impact in the game. I was young, 19 years old, playing football for 3 years. I got, he probably, looking back, he wasn't even nice like that. But I had Chip Day checking me. You know what I'm saying? I should have been, but at the time, it was just like, I was more so looking at, oh, dang, we playing Ohio State. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You got it walled in.
Yeah, as opposed to just, man, we just line up and playing football. Forget this bum. You know what I mean? But I had to grow up in that football aspect too. So playing that for the first time, I kind of like didn't. I mean, I had one catch for like 15 yards. I didn't really do too much, and but yeah. Let's talk about when we played in my senior year.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about quarterback and connection. Obviously, your running mate Mark Dell too. Like, outstanding duo. You had the Ohio-Michigan connection, right? But like, talk about the relationship with Kirk, because y'all came in and truly turned the tide from the standpoint of what we built 07, 08, and y'all took it to the next level. But talk about just the camaraderie, but also the teamwork that kind of came into that to turn the tide, because then that's when we went to the Big Ten championship game too. So like, talk about that transition.
Honestly, man, Kirk is my guy, man. And really what happened was with me and Kirk when it was scout team. It was all scout team. We were just being able to just get reps on reps on reps. And he knew what I was doing. I knew what he was doing. It came to a point where like he trusted me. I trusted him to put the ball where it needed to be. And then just taking that from me playing with Hoyer my next year to when Kirk had to sit and watch. All right. And then because coming into college, Kirk was a little more mature than me, was more mature than me football-wise. So he knew more. So me getting on the field before Kirk kind of helped both of us out. All right. I kind of got to learn the game a little bit more with a veteran quarterback. All right. And he kind of got to watch me with the vet and know, oh, okay, yeah, BJ don't like that, or BJ, this isn't what BJ does. This is what BJ does well. So I know Kirk's a smart guy, and he played to our strengths, and we would play to his. Mm-hmm. And even seeing him now, like I know what Kirk's about to do. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But it's just like being in the huddle with him. Our team was so close from like 2009 to 2011. Our team was so close. Really, after all that stuff happened, we got close. Like it was crazy to see. You would think it went the opposite way, but really everybody got closer. We started that walking football that went viral on Instagram. We started that, by the way. Our whole team, we would do it. We had Coach D playing it every weekend. But no, it was great and to be able to be on the team that got to the first Big Ten championship game. I wish we would have won it. We should have won it, but you know how that goes. But now I feel like our camaraderie was what got all the walk-ons were cool. All the starters would go hang out with the walk-ons. Everybody was eating together. Everybody was at everybody's locker. Everybody knew everybody's family. It was amazing to see. So it felt like that, and it was to that. By that time, Coach D always had a smile on his face. He hardly ever had the stern on his face. So he would tell jokes. We were like, who is this guy? So really, once he started loosening up, the whole team loosened up, and we started balling for real. And you saw it just kept going. Rose Bowl to, you know what I'm saying? Like after that. So like I said, y'all started it, man. Y'all's charisma, y'all's work ethic paved the way for us to come in and just take over and just take flight and take it from there.
So one thing that I and I think I asked you this last year at Spartan Dawg Con, but we were all feeling good, so you're gonna have to refresh my memory here. One play that really sticks out in that Big Ten title game was you caught the ball on the sidelines and was going out, and you pitched it back in.
Yeah.
To Keith.
Wasn't it reversed?
Yeah, he pitched it to me.
Yeah, he pitched it to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So was that a planned play or did it just happened? What was that like?
So
happened in practice that you guys.
So remember I was talking about that walking football game that everybody that went viral on Instagram. Remember a couple years ago, everybody was like walking football.
Yes,
bro,
in the locker rooms.
Yes, I promise you, bro. Every Friday before the game, me and Mark invented that. We would have just the receivers playing walking football before walkthrough, and you couldn't run. You could only walk, and we'll be walking around. We would be like lateral in the ball, running with it, right? So, and then it got so popular, the coaches started playing with us. Then we started winning, and everybody wanted to play. Now it's like you can't have a walkthrough game. You can't have walkthrough without the walkthrough game at first. You know how superstitious it got.
Right.
It got to that point. They kept it going. So what happened was we in the middle of a game, all right? It's a bubble screen. They threw it was like, check bubble. So you can run it or throw the bubble. We threw the bubble to Keith. I'm blocking on the outside. I look back. For some reason, like I let go of my man. Because I seen him like kind of going out of bounds. I was like, all right, I kind of like scooted behind him. I was like, Keith is real savvy. I mean, you can't obviously.
We already know, smooth criminal out here.
Super savvy, bro. Super savvy. So I kind of like let go of my man and was like, okay, what you about to do, Keith? I seen him leaning. I was like, oh, he handed me the ball. He dropped, and I knew exactly, because this is what happens in the walkthrough game. Somebody push you out of bounds. You just got lateral the ball out of bounds so somebody can just run with it. He just tossed me the ball. I was like, oh, here we go. And just dove in the end zone. It was went viral, most epic play of my life. And it was fun, wasn't planned. And then We still celebrating on the sideline. This was Coach D slick. He go for 2. He faked the field. Faked the my dog's contact.
Oh my God! The slide was bad contact.
So it wasn't planned. But like, yeah.
Hey, look, you first of all, you let go before you just explained it. You was like, nah. You gotta replay it, Tony.
That's happened in walking football. Like that's the reps I got.
Look how quick you let go of this. Look at that. Oh.
I'm gonna keep it real. You know what's crazy? 26, that corner. Yeah. He's one of them nice DBs. He's one of them. The play's over. So I think he might have been like, "Hey, bro, you good? And I let go.
And then boom.
They don't want to get blocked no more. It's over, man. It's over.
We good.
Yeah, we good. So I let go, and I seen the play was still live. So let me get hot feet. Let me get some hot feet. And Keith just gave me the ball. Touchdown.
Man, that was a good. I thought it was all planned the whole time. I was like, man, y'all did a bubble ladder? Like, good Lord.
Right.
Look, how Coach D looking like he was the man.
He did. He's like.
So you guys, so you have those swag, you have that, like the walking football game. You talk about Coach D started smiling more, and all that excitement, and that's when you guys started. Michigan State went to a bunch of the Combat Pro jerseys, that all the different kind of jerseys that came out that Otis, Jason, and I were really jealous of when we saw you guys roll out there. And what was your favorite jersey?
Ooh, I'm gonna keep it real. I gotta go with that combat jersey, man. Yeah. We played Michigan, bro. They gave us gold helmets. I got the gold. I got the gold helmet. We had gold vapors, the gold and green vapor cleats. They don't even make them no more. You don't even Nike ID those anymore, bro. Like that was like, shout out Mr. Nick, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Love Mr. Nick.
Man, Dylan, man. But nah, those are my favorite ones. Even Mark, because Mark had left early. He's like, bro, I was so jealous when y'all walked out versus Michigan in them pro combats, man. Like, but like even when they switched to the new like darker green with the slick numbers and stuff, I ain't gonna lie, them things was cold too.
Right.
But I was mad about how they get to go green on green with the black now.
Right.
Yeah, we had to wear white socks and white shoes. They can go black. I was like, I'd have freaked out.
Yeah, you might want to blame Tutu and all the other guys on the Unity Council. We was like, Coach D was like, what y'all guys want? We was like, man, we want some black. We want black in our jerseys. And he did not like that, boy. He was like that. He ain't like it at all.
Man, that's what I'm saying. He got nicer. He started winning. He started letting more leeway go. I get it.
Otis was on that Unity Council too, so
you
he's in there too.
You brought up something a minute ago, BJ. You said that thing, some stuff happened. You talking about the fight?
Yeah.
So there was an issue, right? There was a fight, right? And then that brought the team closer. Now, you've been following the game, right? You see how NIL is going on, and then the transfer portal, right?
Yeah.
So, do you consider first of all, let me ask what your thought is on the transfer portal. Let me start there.
I feel like, look, I love kids being able to go and be able to go play where they want to play. But like I said earlier, going to college, that's the biggest decision in your life, I feel like, picking your school. Because that determines how you going to get on the field, does the coach, all that stuff factors in, quarterback, however you want to look at it. But with the portal, it's just like, it's no grind. It's no process. Like, I'm a process guy coming from that. I wasn't handed nothing. I wasn't coming in starting. I wasn't coming in. So I could have, I don't like this. I'm gonna transfer after my first year now of getting redshirted. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like I don't like it because I was also that kid in college who wasn't heavily recruited. I wasn't a 4 or 5 star. So what happens is all these kids that's in high school that was like me, they got to go D3 or find another school because they got we rather get a corner from Alabama than bring in I'd rather have to teach a senior from high school, which makes sense. So to me, it's getting too like free agent-y. I don't like that. Like with the NIL and the transfer portal, I feel like you got to pick one. I feel like you can't like do what they gotta do, but it can't have both. Like you can't be getting paid like all this money and then just be able to lead. Where's the integrity of the college game anymore? You know what I'm saying? I remember scoring a winning touchdown and not being able to get a 6-pack and a pizza after the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm happy they're getting paid, but it's like
Coca-Cola. He's talking about Coca-Cola, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just playing with you, man.
I'm a Pepsi guy. I'm a Pepsi guy.
Right on point.
Right on brand, baby. Right on brand. My dog.
So it's just like if guys not getting what they, not getting what they want or something goes wrong, they can just leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's not real life. Like, you think that's gonna happen in the league? Like, no. Like, unless you Stephon Diggs. But other than that, it's like
you gotta grind it out.
Figure it out. So I feel like it's getting these kids the wrong mindset. Yeah, okay, you getting paid, but it's like you could have just like come as you please, and then it's the high school kids can't get looks. It's just like I don't know. I'm not a fan of the transfer portal just because I was at the bottom and made the cream gonna rise to the top regardless. I feel like wherever you at.
Yeah,
facts.
So right. So there's a lot of kids like you that in your same spot that don't get that opportunity anymore. But you talked about the fight bringing the team closer, right? And Michigan State today had really lived on getting players out of the portal. This year got hit by the portal, but right, got the starting quarterback and number one returning receiver both poached and left because of the portal. Do you think that's a moment for this team right here in 2023 to be able to crystallize and come closer?
Definitely. I feel like the best time to come together for that type of is now, when you feel like everybody's against you and all y'all got is yourselves. So, yes, like you said, my quarterback gone, our number one receiver from the year before gone, and one got drafted. So it's just like if we're gonna do this. It's us versus everybody. We can't do this. We not relying on ESPN to rank us high. We not relying on a team to just come out and lay down on us. We need to come out, get cool with each other, whatever it is, on the field, off the field, hang out, play video, all that type of stuff. And more than just going over plays. It's your brother. It's your brotherhood. So it's like we Spartan Dawgs. We know how it is. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we didn't have all that transfer portal back then and stuff, but any new guy that comes into that locker room, you one of us now. So if you a kicker, Conroy, his locker was right next to mine. That was my bro. You know what I'm saying? You coming in, you the kicker, you the quarterback, you a starting quarterback, you a backup running back. I don't care who you are. I need everybody to be themselves and just gel with the team. Because at the end of the day, if everybody out there, every man for himself, we can't win any games. Football, game of inches, it's calculated. We all got to make this stuff go together. And if one guy's off, the ship can't move.
Yeah. And I was powerful. And to your point, BJ, I was giving a tour yesterday with a group, and we went into the football facility, and when you think about the process, like you remember, like if you have vets that were once you sitting in the back, and every year you make your way to the front, like that's the culture, that's the process. Like when you come in, the vets, man, they earned that spot, right? Like it wasn't given to them fresh off, coming from high school. And I was just telling them about it's like business. Like you got rookies, you got young employees coming in, you got to groom them, but you got to understand it is a process. Like you're not going to get it right away. But yeah, that's a good point, man. Like people are just quickly like, look to your left, look to your right. That guy ain't going to be here in a week or so, or in the next season. Like it's just facts now. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, straight lead. Like I heard you too. The lead, bro.
Yeah. You be there. But BJ, so I mean, everyone on this, we had a ball at Michigan State. We knew how to have fun. So when you weren't playing football and you weren't at the IM, hooping against the NARPs, and getting in fights there. But like, what was
you gotta explain what the NARPs are to the public, please, because it sounds like NARP. Like, what's the NARPs? Tell them.
NARPs is normal, regular ass person. That's what they're called. So you're playing against the other the narps at the IM West getting in fights because hoopers can start lowering their shoulder, and all those other guys try to think because they see BJ playing on Saturdays now, they think this is their opportunity to go out there and show him up on the basketball court. But besides that stuff, we had fun. What was your favorite watering hole in East Lansing? What was your spot they used to slide through for a quick 6?
Slide.
Harper's was my spot. Harper's was my spot. I got great ties at Harper's, man. For the eats.
Hey, you was the slogan, Arby, we have the Harper's is a partner. Thank you. Appreciate you. Cool.
I don't know how it is now, but I remember Wednesdays, Thursdays. Man, look, listen. Especially when I was redshirting, Thursday to Sunday, it wasn't a day I was not out. It was not a day, and I had the best grades. I had my best grades then too.
Did you say you were redshirting? Did you come into college as a 21-year-old? Who's asking?
I said for the eat.
It was before 10 p.m.
He said for the eats. For the eats. Oh man, the statute of limitations up.
It's ran out. It ran out. They're gonna give you a residual MIP.
Look, I'll be happy to go back down and grab that. Look, what else do I need?
Well, we go in a couple of weekends, BJ, at Spartan Dawg Con. We gonna relive a little bit.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. Hey, are y'all golfing?
Yeah.
I just bought me some clubs on my birthday in May, so I'm trying to get right now. I'm trying to drop that shoulder a little bit.
Drop the shoulder.
Oh boy, yeah.
You left-handed too, right? You left-handed or you right? You lefty, right?
So I just found out. I golf right. I golf right-handed.
Okay.
That's why I look crazy. I
always say that's the right side of the ball. You know how many jokes I had? You golf on the wrong side of the ball.
That's how I started off, actually. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Look, BJ, so you and Mark Dell though. I think you got a camp coming up here.
Yeah. July 30th. In Farmington, it's at the field, the old Farmington High School field.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, so it's a back to camp skills camp, pretty much. People going back to training camps for college, high school, that type of stuff. So we just throwing a camp for the guys to come out and get right, get some new techniques, and run a little conditioning, get them on some 2-minute routes, move the ball, move the chains type stuff, but that's my dog, man. I love giving back to the mitten with my brother, man. So it's another excuse for me to go hang out with the bro too.
Also, the Spartan Dawg Con is gonna run long.
Oh yeah, I'm taking the whole week. I'll be back.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really looking forward to seeing you, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to see y'all boys, man. I can't wait.
Man, Otis, you got one more.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh no, look, man, I can talk to BJ all day, man. I wish we had our pictures because the Columbus when we went to the NCAA tournament, man. BJ, Coach D, everybody was there. Kershaw, we want to see him basketball celebrating. And I remember seeing.
My nana was there with him.
Yeah.
You talking about my nana, my grandma, and all that? She was there with us.
I had a couple Betty's, and it was like I was excited because we took care of business. We took care of business. So when I saw him, I was like, let's be doing jumps up, let's go.
That knees was feeling good.
I know. Look, now I can't move my left. Oh, God.
Hey, that was one of those hits you did on your sophomore year, Otis. It's coming back. It always happens. And BJ, man, great stuff, man. I mean, we've talked to you a long time, man. And man, best of luck to you on what you're doing with the Big Ten Network on the podcast. You're joining our world.
Yes,
and
sir.
Man, just a pleasure having you, man. Thank you for joining this Sparta, man. We'd love to have you back.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me on, man. it would be great to have y'all back. Shoot, I want to get y'all on mine. Bring y'all on the Beyond the Big Game.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. But nah, thank you guys so much. I can't wait to see y'all in a couple weeks, man.
Definitely, man. Appreciate you, brother. All love, man.
All right. Love y'all.
Hey.
Love you. BJ Cunningham, fellas.
Hey. Man, that was a good one. Like, I love when we start to talk about old stories. It's like,
we say Wednesday to Sunday. Oh, wow. Remember them days, guys. That was a great trip down memory lane, man. You know, BJ, and then but that presence of mind on that field at the Big Ten Championship, that was crazy. That was back on my sideline reporting days. I was like real close to that. It was right there with Keyshawn, you know, caught the pass right there on the and they called him out of bounds.
I hate to bring it up, but our boy got pushed into the punter, Isaiah Lewis. And that same punt, Keyshawn took it to the 5-yard line, 3-yard line. We was about to win the game. Yes. And then I almost got in a fight with a Wisconsin fan in the stands. Like, it's like,
is it that you don't like, or is it just fans?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't like when fans come into don't come into my personal space, bro. Like, I ain't coming to your personal space. Don't come into my personal space gloating and going like, ha ha, and not for me to expect me to say something or put my hands or push you off of me. Like, that's just me.
It's a little different because you played and you understand the X's and O's, and some of those fans don't understand. So you actually wrapped and concepted what happened, and they're just like, you know,
he sucks.
Yeah.
You know, the emotion of it all. But no, guys, great show. Another great show, guys. I mean, you know, I think the highlight, aside from BJ, I think has to be the air guitar by Choo Choo. Can we hear that one more time before we go?
Oh, my God. Take us on out. Take us on out.
Take us to the bridge.
Give us some time. Well, I wish he had the other one, because the other one had it where he was singing Stan. Was it Stan? He had this shirt on.
Eminem. Just he was going to lose yourself. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Tonys are not able to.
It's coming. He's got it. It's coming. It's coming. Look at John. Look at John. Look at John. It's so giddy. Castle. Dude, you so giddy like a little kid, like, yes.
Oh my God.
It was like
why Cal getting you, man? Cal, you know.
What did Cal say?
He said you look like a
teenage girl.
Hey.
Hold on. Hey. That man was happy.
It's all good, man. I was with my wife, my 6-year anniversary. I'll take it all day.
That's great, man.
I'll take it all day.
Bands like nobody's watching, man. That's
exactly.
It's all good, man. We love it, man. You know, look, guys, we're going to put up on it right here.
Damn pancakes, Cal, on you.
All on you, Cal. We're gonna visit Cal when there for Spartan Dawg Time, man. We got a lot to talk about next show. We got special guests coming up. We're going to talk about that. You'll see it on our social medias. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons. Thank everybody. For Otis Wiley, Jehuu Caulcrick, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta MSU. Have a good night. God bless. And go green.
And go white.
Go white.
This is Sparta MSU is a combined presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. The show is produced by Tony LaBarbera, Tony Gustella, and Process Driven Consulting. Additional support is provided by Brendan Duravage. On-location technical support provided by Good Fruit Video. Be sure to follow our host Jason Strayhorn, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley on social media. To stay up to date with all the latest This is Sparta news, please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support, and as always, go green.